Hello and welcome back to the Allotment Family Diary. We're just having a cuppa at the plot, getting ready to put in our first early potatoes.
Can't do anything without a cup of tea first.
First early potatoes, they're going in. It's about mid-March. Some people say it might be a bit too early, but I think we're over the worst of the frosts. Let's see what we've got. Look at these.
Okay, so these are our two sets of potatoes. These ones here are Duke of York. And these little ones are Rockets.
Back to me. So yeah, we've got the Duke of York, which was very popular around 1940s. They used to grow this during the war. It's not very blight resistant, but apparently it's really, really tasty. And then we've got the Rocket, which has got a good blight resistance, good tolerance to diseases, and apparently you get like quite a good yield from them, quite a few potatoes, and they're a good all-rounder. These are going to go in the ground today, but one of the jobs we need to do first of all, you see where the tubers are there? There's quite a few, so we'll plant them in the ground upwards, but we might take a few of them off and just keep one or two. Basically, the more of these you have, the more potatoes you'll get, but the smaller they'll be. So if you want larger potatoes, you want to thin it down to maybe one or two. I think because we're probably going to be having them as more of like a salad potato, we're going to want them quite small. We'll leave a few with a lot of tubers on, and then we'll take some off and mix and match to see what we get. And this is our plot, just for potatoes. We dug this over last year and it was covered with ground sheet just to kill off all the weeds. A couple of months back we did take the ground sheet off, prepared the soil again, but as you can see there's a lot of weeds that have grown up. We're going to be digging those out of the ground today, churning the plot over, getting it ready to put the earlies in. We'll be having 7 rows and about 17 spuds going in to a row. So it's going to be quite a lot of earlies. Anyway, let's get to digging. Oh, it's very wet. We've dug over half of this plot so far. I think what we are going to do now is put in 3 rows of early potatoes. We might put in the other 4, it just depends on the rain. We don't want the soil to be too wet. So the rows have been marked out. They need to be 2 feet apart, and you need to space your early potatoes about 1 foot apart. They need to be about 6 inches down in the soil. We're going to put in some horse manure and chicken pellets just to give them an extra boost. So with early potatoes, they're a thing called determinate. Determinate potatoes will grow at 1 layer. So in the future, we don't really need to worry about banking them up too much. Indeterminate potatoes, if you're interested in those, there are a lot of main crop varieties, will grow upwards. And as they grow upwards, you'll get more potatoes coming up through the ground, and that's why you have to bank them up more. Now we're going to go and dig out the rows. Let's get cracking.
So I'm making a little mixture of horse manure and chicken pellets, so we can sprinkle the potatoes with goodness.
We're going for 4 rows today, 2 rows of each, 2 rows of Duke of York, 2 rows of Rocket. Rows are ready. Now I'm just going to deal with these little blighters. What I'm going to do is just take these off the sides. I'm just going to keep them so they're coming out the top. Some of them I might just leave as they are. That one's fine. I mean, that's got 2, that's fine. Sylvie. There we go. We've got 4 rows in, and Hannah's just spreading a final layer of manure to mark out where we planted them, and also for a bit of extra nourishment in the soil. The other 3 rows I'll probably come up in the week, or we'll do that next Friday, because it's way too wet on that ground to work anymore. Oh, it's Sylvie.
Tour's girlfriend.
You love Sylvie, don't you?
Mm.
Mm.
Who is it? Who is it? Oh.
It's a really important thing you must remember to do. Don't forget, I forgot a lot last year about doing this. Write down when you put things in on your calendar. So I'm going to do it right here. So 16th, we'll put potatoes in, so we know this is when they went in the ground.
I made birdseed.
You made birdseed grow.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
So yeah, Flo put birdseed in here
On accident.
and it's grown. So do you want to keep them in there?
Yeah.
See what happens to them?
You know Sylvie ate birdseed one time?
Is Sylvie eats everything.
There's a lid on it.
Yeah.
It's like a terrarium.
Yeah.
Well, we're supposed to be from our pet woodhouse, but they're all gone now.
These early potatoes are going to take about 10 to 12 weeks before we can think about digging them up. But I think we've done a good job today.
Yeah, I mean, the soil's been very clay-like and very wet.
Yeah.
So we've managed to get 4 rows in. Later on next week, we'll try and get the other ones in.
Yeah, 3 rows left to do. So we planted alternate rows, and we'll see what we've got left for the final row. May have a few left over, may not have quite enough, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So thank you for watching this episode, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Bye.